No, I knew that was going to be rubbish. That's what we call a shank.
Was it 22 yards that I gained there? Yeah. Oh, I'll take that. I'll take that in the space of 10 minutes. Brilliant. So you can actually get fit for 45 minutes for free, for nothing.
Exactly, yeah.
Brilliant. So many different golfers that I've spoken to question how much difference a golf fitting can make. What is genuinely the difference between buying golf clubs off the shelf and getting fitted? Will it help you hit more distance? Will it help you hit more consistently? Are mid-handicappers like me or beginner golfers even good enough to get fitted? And also, what even happens at a fitting? Well, today we're going to go and find out. So first things first, what do you actually take to a fitting? Well, it really is quite simple. Your current equipment, yourself, and some really comfy clothes. It's literally all you need. So now I'm going to go onto the range and I'm going to practice and just warm up and hit a few balls so that I'm kind of warmed up for my session, and then I'm going to get fitted. So one of the common reasons that a lot of people have said to me that they don't get fit is because it's either really intimidating or they feel kind of nervous or embarrassed hitting in front of people. Obviously, we all get that first tee nerve experience, and you know, a lot of us don't like hitting in front of people, which you can totally understand. And I can sympathise and empathise with that. Even I asked my coach Anders a couple of weeks ago whether I was ready to get fit, or you know, if I was good enough to get fit. And I guess it's important to remember that not only has the fitter seen it all before, and they're there to help, but most importantly, you have to bring the truest form of your golf, because that offers them the best opportunity to offer you guys improvement. So I guess in a nutshell, do not worry, you've got nothing to be nervous about and you have totally got this. Okay, so this is my fitter today. This is James. Say hello to everybody here.
Hi everyone.
So just talk us through the technology that we're going to be using today.
So we've just set up, we've got TrackMan unit down here, I've got my iPad ready, we've lined it up, we've got a full den caddy full of balls, and we're going to go through a full bag fitting. Excellent.
So what's next? What are we doing?
So we'll start with what you've currently got. We're going to begin with irons, so that'll be the first category. And we'll see what your current one's doing, we'll identify where we might look to make improvements. We'll then check all the different models we've got available, we've got different shafts and lengths and weights, and then we'll talk about set composition. So where does the set start, where does it finish? Once we've nailed iron category, we'll then jump to driver and do the big stick, and we'll get that as far down range as possible.
Yep.
And then there'll be a gap from the longest iron to the driver that we'll fill with some fairway woods or some hybrids or some utilities, whatever's going to hit the numbers. And then to finish, after you've hit a million balls and you're really tired,
yep,
we'll finish with wedges,
yep,
and then possibly go over on the green and do some putters as well. That's all 14 clubs done.
Excellent. Okay, we'll better get started then. So 7 iron.
Yes, grab your 7 iron.
Perfect.
We'll begin there.
Nope, that's my 9. What would you say to golfers who think that they aren't good enough, or that their swing isn't good enough to get fitted? That's a lot of feedback that I've heard from some of the people that answered the survey on my social media.
If the club's not correctly suitable to that person, they could be missing and adding shots to their score because of ill-fitted equipment. It's as simple as that. We've got a device down here that we can have a demonstration from Anders from if we need to regarding lie angle. If that lie angle is just 1 or 2 degrees out, you could be missing 10, 15 feet left or right of the target each time because of no flaw of the golfer. It's because the equipment's not fitted correctly. If it's too long, if it's too heavy, if it's too short, if it's too light, we've not got the ability to hit the sweet spot regularly. So yeah, having them correctly fitted is just giving that golfer every opportunity to shoot the best scores that they're capable of shooting.
Yeah, so it's, I guess it's a bit of a myth, isn't it, that you have to be this kind of, you know, single figure handicapper to be able to warrant getting fitted?
Yeah. I think that there's a blend to be had of seeking professional tuition and having clubs that are correctly fitted. If you are a dedicated golfer and you want to be the best golfer you can be and you want to invest in your game, those are the 2 areas that you should focus on. And we've got, as you've seen, all these options available, and they all perform a little bit differently. So marrying up what you do with what's most suitable is very key. Your job, and this is going to be really, really simple, is this is going to be fairly similar to what you've got.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a couple of different heads on the end,
yeah,
and you're going to tell me if you like it or not.
Okay.
It's that easy.
Yep, I can do that.
Yeah, I gave that last one back. It didn't feel right. And this is the one that we're going back to the original.
No, the favourite's still here.
Oh,
this is one more to try,
Oh,
and then we'll go back to this one.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's nice.
That sounded good. That's
Yeah,
the middle.
feels really nice.
So we've worked out that this is the head that I like.
Yep.
And now we're looking at shafts.
So there's a little bit more to it.
Okay.
And I'm going to do them all at the same time.
Okay.
To conserve time. And the shaft type.
Yep.
And there's weight.
Yep.
There's also length.
Okay.
And then we've got lie angle. So we're going to kind of tick off all of those at the same time as we go through some of these. I may, if we identify a certain ball flight, change the lie angle without saying anything to see if it rectifies it. And I'm going to put a few different lengths in there.
Yeah.
And we're quite trained in strike. We can hear when it's good or not.
Yeah, yeah.
And length dictates strike. So
Yeah.
if we can hear it's a little heel side, that's maybe too long. If it's sporadic, it may be too long. If it's toe side, it may be too short. If we're hitting the middle and you're comfortable with it, we're in a really good place.
Okay,
so
perfect.
That's what we're going to do now. We're just going to, you keep hitting, we'll keep changing them, and we'll see what's good. So we've done the iron fit, and we started off testing head models against each other, and then we moved and progressed into shaft type and length and weight and lie angles. And I personally really do think height is one of the most important characteristics. In an iron set, height is going to give us decent land angle. And when we're hitting an iron, unless you're unfortunate and you've got to top out from under the trees, you're more often than not hitting it to a green. So we need it to be under control when it lands there. So there's all these different characteristics we're looking at. The speed off the face, the height, which is, in my opinion, the most important, the land angle, the amount of spin, how tight the dispersion is, and we've considered all of that, and this is really good. So yeah, nice and high, good strike, middle of the club.
We've got my club.
We've got the irons pretty much nailed on.
Amazing.
So if you put the heads down side by side, and then sort of lean them up
Oh, they
against
look
each
so
other,
different.
different in
Mine's
the
like shorter and fatter, and that one's kind of a bit more slick.
rounded around
Yeah.
the back, yeah, and looks good. And if you
Yeah,
look at
mine's
the top end,
definitely,
this is a hint shorter. So
yeah.
we'll see how you get on with this one, and it's a little bit lighter, so hopefully easier to swing.
Way!
And then you'll be really pleased to hear, Jasmine, that do you know what flex this is?
Is it like uber extra stiff flex?
No, it's an R2. It's not a ladies, it's not a seniors, it's not a men's, it's not gender specific in any way. It's an
just
R2 flex.
the flex that fits me.
It suits you.
Okay, halfway through the fit. I think I'm most delighted with the fact that my driver seems to be, or the new driver seems to be like a million times better. I think, you know, bringing Anders into it, we've never seen me hit my driver like that before in my lessons.
No, never as high as that. We've never launched it as well as that. But it's quite exciting.
I'm really excited. I think with the new swing change, I think my driver was like my least favourite club. And I was really, especially today, I was really a bit nervous, to be honest, about hitting it. And actually, after I'd hit that a few times, it'd gone really high, actually went really nicely straight as well.
It's probably the biggest gain of everything.
Yeah.
Is the driver.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting as well, actually, because I think many people question, you know, the benefits of a fit and also, you know, what will it do? Will it give you more height? Will it give you more distance? Will it give you more consistency? And just from that difference between my old driver and my new one, actually, I think I've achieved all three.
The thing about fitting is it's not a luxury, it's essential.
Yeah.
And the club golfers are the people who probably stand to benefit the most because they have the opportunity to gain the most, the quickest. Somebody who's a super low handicap is fine tuning, but a club golfer potentially has a huge gain to be found quickly if it's done well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as we saw, was it 22 yards that I gained there? Oh, I'll take that. I'll take that in the space of 10 minutes.
Round one, pitch
Yeah.
and wedge.
Oh!
That one, this one. We said
Yeah.
we wanted to be around 60. That one just went 60, we're averaging 66. So that is perfect.
Great. Do that.
None of our fitting team are targeted for sales. They're not pushy in any way, shape or form. They will go through a process. We've got all the latest equipment here and we'll show you what it does in its best performing models. And if you've got something that works, our job is to say, this is what your current stuff's doing, this is what you could do. You can then go away and make an informed decision as to whether you make the upgrade or not. And I think a lot of people appreciate that because we're not doing the big push and the big sell, and I'm not going to do it on this occasion, but next generation or further down the line, and they do then keep coming back. And so if it's not every generation, it's every other one or every other two.
Yeah, I think
I
that's...
appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
You're not buying it this time, but next time, if somebody says, somebody comes for a fitting here, and I say to them, you don't need to change that. Just, I'd stay with what you've got. And that conversation happens quite often. You say to somebody, look, I'm doing a great job for you. Whoever's fitted that has done a brilliant job. I'd hang on to that for now. I guarantee the next time they change something, they're going to ring here because they know they're going to get an honest position. Yeah. And I think that's what you guys do well, is you're not pushing sale. You're just saying this is what the product does, and this is what it could do for you. And sometimes you might have something that's already doing a brilliant job, and that's great. Yeah.
It's interesting to hear that, actually, because when I put the poll out about what people's reservations were about fitting, one of the main things was exactly that they felt like if they were going to a fitting that they were going to get sold to, and that they were going to be pushed to buy product that either wasn't right or they couldn't afford. So one of the assumptions that a lot of people had were that a fitting was really expensive, and it was a massive expense on top of what might be expensive clubs. So what actually does it cost? How expensive is a fitting?
We've got kind of three levels, if you like, and our most comprehensive is at our national fitting centres. And you can booking online, and there will be a charge associated or attached to that fitting. We've then got a mobile team out on the road in our second rung, and you can actually book and reserve online with us for a 45-minute session free of charge.
Oh, okay.
And then we've got partners around the country that stock our equipment as well, and you can contact them locally and provide a fitting. Some of those may charge, some of them won't. So there's actually sort of different rungs, if you like, to the ladder, and you can find one that's appropriate for you.
Brilliant. So you can actually get fit for 45 minutes for free, for nothing. Brilliant. So we're all done?
Yep. Finished.
Okay, excellent. So what clubs am I going to have in the bag? Obviously, we're not telling everybody what clubs I'm being fit for just yet, but what is my setup?
So if we rewind and go back to the start of the process, we began with irons, and we decided the set composition is going to go from 6, 7, 8, 9 to pitch and wedge.
Okay.
And then at the top end of the bag, we fit driver. We saw some good results.
Oh, I
with
love that one.
And then there's a fairway wood going in there as well, and then a hybrid to bridge the gap between the fairway wood and the 6 iron. And then we've just finished with wedges now, and we're going to have a 50 and a 54 and a 60 to complement off the pitch and wedge.
Excellent. Well, that's it. 60 wedge drop. So that is it. My fitting is now complete, and I really hope you enjoyed that video. And I also hope it answered some of your burning questions about the fitting process. So all that's left for me to say is if you liked that video, please put your comments below. Let me know what you think. And also tune in next time to when I get my new clubs.